Tales of the Unhuan.
Episode 1.
The Oath of the Unhuan.
The last light of day bathed the Himalayan village of Pehuan in shades of gold and amber. The fields, lush with wildflowers, swayed gently in the cool breeze, while the mountains stood tall in silent watchfulness. It was a timeless scene of serenity, unmarred by the passing centuries. Yet, within that stillness, an elder and a child walked with a faint sense that change was near. Elder Queitem, wrapped in the traditional robes of his people, walked at a steady pace. The patterns on his robe shimmered faintly in the fading light, each stitch an echo of the stories, powers, and legacy of the Pehuan people. His granddaughter, Shayakina, kept close by his side. She had just stepped into her 11th year, a curious soul with a heart as open as the sky above.
Grandfather, do you think the mountains can ever fall asleep? Or do they always stay awake, watching us?
Queitem smiled softly at her question, pausing to look up at the towering peaks.
The mountains never sleep, child. They are the first to witness the morning sun and the last to bid the night farewell. Their watchfulness is what keeps our land safe.
She nodded, her young face bright with understanding.
And Elder Queitem? The old story say he was like the mountains, always protecting us.
Queitem's expression grew more serious, though his tone remained warm.
Elder Queitem and others of his time were blessed by Goddess Yahi. It was through their devotion and unity that they placed a great gift over our land, a veil that shields us from what lies beyond.
Shayakina tilted her head, puzzled but intrigued.
But why do we need a shield? Is it to keep the bad things out?
Queitem chuckled gently, brushing a strand of hair from her face.
The world beyond these mountains is vast and restless. It moves in ways different from ours. For now, it's enough to know that the veil allows us to live in peace.
Though his words satisfied her for a moment, Shayakina's curiosity lingered. She glanced back at the path they had walked, her mind swirling with thoughts of the unseen. Their quiet reflection was broken by a low rumble that grew steadier, louder, rolling across the valley like a distant thunder. Shayakina's hand tightened around Queitem's as she looked to the sky in alarm. The noise was unlike anything she had heard before. Not the sound of the wind or the rustle of the trees. It was heavy, unnatural.
Grandfather, what is that?
Queitem's gaze followed hers. Against the deepening hues of twilight, a massive metallic figure streaked across the sky, its polished body reflecting the fading light. It moved with impossible speed, its roar echoing against the cliffs and peaks. Shayakina stumbled back, clutching Queitem's robe, her gaze locked on the streak of metal tearing through the sky. "Grandfather, is it alive?" she whispered, her voice trembling. Her insatiable curiosity faltered under a wave of uneasiness. It's like a bird, but it's wrong. It feels wrong. Queitem watched with a furrowed brow. His silence weighed heavily, as if the sight confirmed something he had long suspected but never voiced aloud.
It is not alive. It is a vessel. Something built by the hands of people from far beyond these mountains.
The words left Shayakina more confused than reassured.
People built it? But why? And how can it fly?
He did not answer immediately, his thoughts racing. The appearance of such a thing in the sky could mean only one thing: The protective veil woven by Trikuten and the elders had been breached. Yet how and why now? As the metal figure disappeared into the horizon, a new scent filled the air, sharp and acrid. It drifted on the breeze, mingling with the earthy aroma of the fields. Queitem's eyes narrowed. Smoke? He murmured, more to himself than to Shayakina. And not from Hearth. Something is burning. Shayakina wrinkled her nose. It smells strange, like the ground itself is on fire. Queitem's hand tightened around hers. Come, we must see what has happened. They followed the faint trail of smoke along a narrow path that climbed gently towards a higher vantage point. The further they walked, the more the familiar beauty of their surroundings gave way to unsettling signs. Patches of grass, singed black, leaves curled and brittle, and the faint glimmer of ash caught in the fading light. It was as if a fiery hand had brushed across the land, leaving its mark. When they reached the crest of a small mound, the valley below opened before them. There, at the edge of a ridge, stood the Temple of Antkana, silhouetted against the darkening sky. It was the heart of Pehuan culture and spirituality, a place of deep connection to earth and its blessings. But tonight, it bore the scars of a recent attack. Queitem's sharp eyes caught the signs: blackened earth surrounding the temple grounds, dim torches flickering weakly where once they had burnt bright, and the faint outline of cracks in the temple's ancient stonework. Shayakina stared in silence, her small fingers clutching at Queitem's robe.
Grandfather, what happened to the temple? It looks hurt.
Queitem did not reply immediately. His heart was heavy with the realization that their sacred space had been violated.
Something has reached us. Something powerful enough to disrupt the balance we have long protected.
Yeah!